This is the Grand Rising Morning Message for Monday, April 29th, 2024. I wanted to talk about how sometimes we must embrace both aspects of ourselves, both the dark side and the light side. People in the past have not been always kind to me. They've attacked my family, they've attacked me, they've attacked my luck, my fortune, my destiny, my money, my safety, and well being. Because sometimes people want to take you down, they want to destroy you, they want to bring you down low, they want to humble you. And so, through such attacks, I had to remain spiritually strong and learn how to transmute energy. I didn't do anything like go on a physical offensive or confront anyone, but spiritually, you have to have the heart and mind of a soldier and know how to go to spiritual war. Because unfortunately, in life, there are people who take things to that level. I would never. That's not my first resort. That's not. I'm an honorable person. But you will find people casting death spells over you. You will find people casting spells to bring you down. And that's when you have to go on the offensive because you have spiritual power within you. And you have to tap into that. You have your regular side and you have your shadow side. You have your light side, you have your dark side. And so when you have enemies that keep attacking you this way, at one point there has to be a reckoning. If you are good with the Almighty God and you know there are people trying to ruin your life, those people will end up having short lives because karma is real and God don't like ugly. And so you have to keep in mind that whatever you try to do to other people, that will come back to you. I had two people in the past who tried to attack me, and both of them are gone now. They lived very short lives. One fell to cancer, the other fell to drunk driving. Karma is real. And a lot of people think they can play God and think that they're immune and think they can play in the background, unseen, behind your back, like you don't notice what they're doing, like you don't know what's going on, but you know what's going on because you're psychically in tuned, you feel it, you understand it, you know when you're under attack. So this is when you have to tap into your light and dark aspects, and you have to protect yourself, and you have to protect your family and your loved ones. When they come for your spouse, or they come for your children, when they come for your siblings, your parents, your anyone, they cross the line, and when they cross the line, spiritually, you have to respond in kind. I'm not talking about physical things. I'm not talking about anything in the 3D world. I'm talking about what happens in the 5D. That inevitably, people who keep playing around like this are going to not only bring on negative karma, but they're going to bring on the wrath of God. Because if you're a godly person and you're under attack from these people and you've done nothing wrong, these people are the ones in trouble. And so you can feel that negative energy coming in, but you learn to become a transmuter. You transmute that energy into positive things in your life that make your life better. But there's also something called return to sender. And so, in many belief systems, return to sender is where that negative energy sent out by others, whether it be the gossiping, the rumoring, actual spells, actual psychic attacks, those will boomerang right back to them. And what's more so is that sometimes these folks are even clever enough to put up protections on themselves to avoid getting hit by a return to sender. But when you do your return to sender, you also specify that it goes back to the location, to the region, to the area, to the things, persons, and objects around that person because it's got to go somewhere. It's not coming back to you. So it needs to go over there. And so that's when things can get really tragic because what will happen is the return to sender will not affect them because of their protection, but then it may affect their spouse, it may affect their children, it may affect their friends, their family, someone around them. And that's when people are really going to see how tragic it is to be that kind of person. Because if you're that low and you have that little respect for humanity, then the Almighty God and karma is going to find a way to take something precious from you that you will say, well, oh my God, they weren't even part of this. It was just me against them. My beef was against them. Well, your beef was against me, but also you trying to come after my family and my children. So now, why are you suddenly shocked if it happens to your family, your parents, your siblings, your children? Right? It would have been haha fine if it had affected my people, but instead you think it's now, oh my God, like how could you do that? Like don't play the morality games here, right? You knew what you were doing. You knew what you were coming against. You knew what would have happened if your plans had come to fruition. And so that's why for this particular message, this Grand Rising Morning message for Monday, April 29th, 2024, people need to learn boundaries, barriers, They need to learn not to cross the line, and they need to learn that when they mess with God's chosen, and when they come up against a real one, a person who is in their power, a person who understands who and what they are and what powers they have capable to them, they run the risk of either hurting people around them or themselves. And sometimes the punishment may be slow. It may be a terrible disease where a person is wasting away for several years. It may not be an easy thing at all. And so people need to be careful. People need to stop thinking they're God. People need to stop thinking they can take things in their hands and they can just, ambush people and sneak attack people and backstab people, particularly using these methods. Like, they take your name, they put it in a jar, and they put it in the freezer. Like, they're trying to freeze your life. They're trying to bring everything in your life to a standstill, trying to ruin things for you, trying to ruin your health. You know, in my particular case, it what happened was I felt an attack as I was cutting some vegetables, and I ended up slicing my finger, and I ended up actually severing an artery, and so I had to go to the emergency room. I had to have it sewed together. This was really dangerous stuff. And another time, I was on the road, and someone came and just rear-ended right into the back of me. And I went up to him and I said, "What happened?" He said, "I don't know. I was driving normally, and all of a sudden, there was a flash, and I didn't see anything or feel anything. I didn't know where I was, and then I realized I was crashed into the back of your car." And so I realized from the way that he described it, I'd never really seen an accident like that. I've seen accidents where people just, misjudge the distance. They tap their brakes. They don't have enough response time. They don't have enough road. I've seen that. But what he described sounded to me like someone was specifically directing a spiritual attack at me. They thought that if they could get that driver, to blank out, that then he would crash into me and kill me. And that's low and despicable. So that's why I'm just warning you that people don't realize, like, they don't know your past. They don't know where you've come from. They don't know where you've been. They don't know what you're capable of. They think they know what you're capable of, but when the things start coming back to them and they realize that they start dropping off and their family starts dropping off, that's when they really learn the lesson far too late. So for this Monday, April 29th, 2024, this Grand Rising Morning Message, if you're out there doing this kind of stuff, I suggest you stop immediately. Whether it's on me or anybody who's listening to this channel, know that it never works out the way you think it does. And so you need to stop, because I'm warning you for your own safety and your own protection that you're just not going to, it's not going to end well. And sometimes people think they're super smart, but sometimes you can outsmart yourself. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed this Grand Rising Morning Message. I love you all. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please continue to support this channel and this content, and have a wonderful day and a new start to your week. Take care. I love you. Bye.